have a second point in the Sandstorm, it gets much easier. DM in trouble.
As sentries down for both teams. Blink Strike on a DM. Odeker is going to get first blood on DM. Just goes in a bit too far. That sentry ends up being cleaned up at the end of the day, but
they got
the kill. Kadaro needs to be careful. He's under vision. They did place a ward before they went for that Illuminate, and he doesn't have a sentry to clean that up. So the turn looking like it might come. The Illuminate, the Cold Snap, some damage from BZM, and Kadaro turns into this only to die as Immersion's made a rotation. They've got the Elder Dragon form, they'll put down the Ice Wall, but Odeker joins in, and BZM's in a lot of trouble. Gets into the Ghost Walk, but they throw down a sentry to make sure that they could get this kill.
Ooh, double the value if they scout the high ground. It's a Quas Exort Invoker, so you don't have a Tornado. Misha in trouble.
Now spotted, and the two supports starting to wail away, but BZM comes in with the Cold Snap. Supreme, Dragon Tail onto BZM. They'll also look to go for the ult from the Dawnbreaker, but that doesn't come through, and eventually they still get the kill to BZM. It looks like they'll trade Kadaro. So the Crystal Maiden goes down, and now Immersion caught Burrow Strike, and getting run down by both the Sand King as well as Taiga with the Illuminate. Gets denied by the neutral creep instead, and these treants are hitting away at Misha, even with the living armor. Well, he won't live.
So I could turn the fight around. There was a game when he was playing Lina, he used the Satanic, and then pretty much the fight was over. BZM getting caught again.
Overgrowth comes through, but BZM still gonna die here, and Misha trying to TP. They have the vision, but they don't have a way to stop the teleport out.
He understands that the damage from OG is mostly magical. Like even Lina's right clicks, the Maelstrom procs are magical. So they're going to be very tanky. Another one.
BZM silenced. Where does he go? Nowhere. Can't even get out. He's just pushed into the grave. Two hands from everybody from into the breach on that one. Laguna Blade. Jibe again, just ain't too far. Yuragi getting a turnaround kill onto the Dawnbreaker. Especially with the pressure that Into the Breach have been putting onto OG at the moment. Getting an Aegis is really going to alleviate that. There's the smoke. They are going to see these heroes on OG. Burrow Strike before he could get the sweeping dart off. They've got the Sunstrike. They'll get the kill into Immersion. They'll look for the epicenter, but again, it doesn't get out in time. They'll take out DM. They're on the run. Yuragi doing a lot of damage. Kadaro right into the hands of Misha. Cold Snap, LSA with the damage from Illuminate. And another right click from BZM means they'll lose the Crystal Maiden too.
He knows the spot. Like, I haven't seen this ward being used often. BZM again.
Yeah, BZM, he's going to die here for the 5th time this game. He is half the kills for Into the Breach. They also put DM to sleep. They've got the silence. They need to stick on him, but he'll Burrow Strike away from the hands of ITB.
Into the Breach, I think, is going to run into damage issues at one point. Now that, like, Dragonite, he does have a shard. There is a pipe available. Immersion, he's ready to use the Sleeping Dart. Yuragi lands a stun.
Yeah, lands the LSA. That probably means at least Immersion's dead. The reason it's giving you what you didn't want is the max is 1K, so it's peaking. But we zoom out to normal net worths, and it would be what you expected.
This is big. Oh. This is huge.
We've seen a lot of teams go to these early gems, but the gem was picked up by the Courier of Kata. So not being helped by Taiga anymore. They're going to wrap. They're going to get towards Supreme. Blink. Burrow Strike misses.
Quick fingers. Supreme still sitting at 0 deaths.
And will continue that way. Sweeping Dart onto Taiga. They smoke again, right next to them, and they'll drop down the smoke screen. Four staff back, looking for an Illuminate. Pops that ult, Burrow Strike, Epicenter, Sunstrike on a Kadaro, but Supreme, he's left by himself. He'll die for the first time this game. The Burrow Strike lands on a Jibe, and they've got the Dawnbreaker in some trouble with the Laguna Blade killing off Kadaro. They've got the Starbreaker with the extra help from the Shard, giving some a magic immunity, but it won't be enough to survive as Yuragi's got the triple kill.
They can reset multiple times, have all this heal from the Spirit form. Oh, they found the gem again.
Yeah, Gleipnir. Illuminate's going to be thrown forward, but another Force Staff. Tricks of the Trade, Tornado lands, Ice Wall, LSA, and Immersion's gone. BKB TP for Odeker.
Ooh, that's a 9-second BKB. Just to get out of the trouble, Nature's Prophet with that Daedalus. Roche is up, but seems like OG, they want to get something done before.
Sweeping Dart on a BZM. And now the Blink, the Dragon Tail, the Solar Guardian coming through. They're going to drop down onto BZM, trying to get the damage down, but he gets the Hurricane Pike off. BKB's been popping the Dragon Knight. Ulti here for the Crystal Maiden on the low ground. They're doing the damage onto Jibe. They're getting the kill, but the Glaive comes in from Odegaard. It's 4, now 5v2. They'll go in with Immersion. He'll Blink Strike in, goes to the Tricks of the Trade. The LSA hits on all 3. Oh, Immersion Supreme. They'll fall. Down goes Odegaard. It's perfect from Yuragi.
Misha holding onto that overgrowth throughout this whole duration until they get on top of Yuragi. Then he pops it into 3-man LSA. But in terms of damage mitigation, OG, they're fully prepared.
So what's the way back for Into the Breach? Because, like you said, damage is lacking, and well, now there's a Riki lacking.
Well, you want me to be honest, or you want me to lie? What's
Do
the way,
both. Go both.
What's
Go both.
the way back? I think this game, Into the Breach has one more fight. Jibe bought back. He doesn't have any scaling items. These 2 lanes are pushed in already. Riki dead for 30 seconds. They lose the next fight, they can call it.
Now do the lying one.
The lying one is, yeah, if with the proper execution, never mind, I'll stop that.
Burrow Strike LSA, looks like they've got a dead Supreme right there and then. Taiga getting credit for that kill.
Taking the outpost.
Here's the TP. Misha shows for a second. And, well, now Odegaard with the BKB, but I don't know if it'll matter. They're even going to fight out of their base. DM coming over, BKB. Oh, the timing's not right, but the damage. Oh,
He TP's
oh,
out.
he still got him.
The Sunstrike.
Oh, Sunstrike him down. They'll go now for Jibe, and they'll get the kill. Oh, OG. It's just so perfect.
Power of the global presence. You can die anywhere on the map.
Immersion. Yeah, you're next. Yuragi's damage is just too much for them to handle. Really just looking pretty nasty from OG.
OG was very patient throughout the whole game. They did not want to risk anything. Pretty even for almost like 20 minutes in terms of the net worth. Buyback coming up from the Immersion, not the biggest one. He has one ability to use pretty
Burrow
much.
Strike. And there's the break. So that means Supreme will die and GG is called. OG take game 1 over Into the Breach. They break it open in late.
For this pick, you can remove that. A lot of counter picking.
Ooh,
Kidaro's in trouble. Does have Stick and Fairy Fire. Taiga.
Taiga might even just dive this. He still has those mangoes and he wants it. He gets the first blood. And I think he's just gonna, all right, give up my life. And I'll be back with full mana in a second. Yeah, has that point available going into the Guardian Greaves right now, like you said, and another thing that you said before, he can do whatever he wants, and that basically seems to hold true right now, as nobody's able to stop him. Wrath of Nature flies across, but Yuragi now sprouted. Odegaard's made the rotation. If they can get the kill to Yuragi, that's big for him. They look over at Misha, but he'll just TP away, and a big rotation from Odegaard.
Almost the most farm hero in this game, second after Odegaard.
Odegaard has a lead again over the Lina, despite the fact that the lane
they stayed bottom.
He has quite a lead, and he's going to have an even bigger lead with Yuragi going down again. So that'll allow the Nature's Prophet to get a big extension ahead of this Lina. And, well, Stampede, they look for Taiga. Odegaard still trying to catch up. They do have Supreme. He's level 7 and has a lasso, but might just look to burn Taiga down without using it, and that's exactly what he does. They'll take out the Zeus. Misha another target in their sights, and they will continue to run these heroes on the side of OG. Misha sprouted up, nowhere for him to go. Cuts back towards the neutrals, and Odegaard throws the Wrath of Nature out. But that's not what gets the kill. They're still looking here. They still have Lasso.
Is available.
BCM never jaunts, and Jibe sticking with this puck. Thinking about a teleportation to look for BZM, but stops it immediately, and Odegaard is over to the side. Illusory Orb hits, but now they've got the Disruption, so the Disruption holds him. He'll phase shift, BZM in trouble, and eventually with the Sprout, they're around him, and they get another kill here for the side of Into the Breach. Kidaro's going to get chased by DM and Taiga up towards top of all that's going on, and they end up giving away the Disruptor, but a lot of kills for Into the Breach that work out in their favor.
Into the Breach, very aggressive early on. This only level 5.
So they're going to be lacking the 6s on both these supports for a little bit. Meanwhile, Static Storm should be picked up for Kidaro soon, and the Shadow Demon also close to 6. They've got another glimpse. Kinetic Field, Misha All being chased here by Supreme again. The Flame Break hits both Misha and BZM. They'll burn away the life of this Omni Knight, and now BZM still trying to fight. Got the Stampede, they'll look for BZM, but the damage on the Supreme, he needs to be careful. They have the hoof stun that lands on a Taiga. The Dream Core is going to be on the 3. They'll go to the lasso.
Reeves.
But now they'll take out Supreme, and that's Taiga with that Lightning Bolt getting the kill. The Ravage on a 3. The turnaround for OG, it's going to be 3 and make it 4 with everybody here. Jimmy, you have a lot of life, but they can whittle you down and take you out with that Laguna Blade.
Man, BZM baited them so hard that they get like very deep inside the OG's jungle. DM finally TPs.
How consistent DM and 33 are. Like Faith Beyond, you think of one as one of the better offlaners, right? But he would have games where he would have to sacrifice and struggle. And it feels like DM and 33.
Taiga
These are
in a good spot to
two
break the
players
smoke.
Towards the top and always consistent. Zeus, Taiga in trouble, and Flame Break lands. Thunder God's Wrath comes through, and well, Taiga drops. But DM here with Gush, and there's the glimpse to send the Tide Hunter the other way. Jibe, he's stuck in the trees. So he's looking for a way to survive and a way out, but the way out's in a body bag as Yuragi gets another one.
Lead. That's pretty insane. Pretty nuts. This time around, OG with the 2k gold lead.
Coil
Initiating on a
snaps.
Batrider.
But there's the Static Storm, the Kinetic Field, and it's a combo that lands, but it's not one that's going to keep Kadaro alive. That Illusory Orb hits, Wrath of Nature comes through. The ult from the Omni Knight, they're trying to focus on a BZM. Their attention is there, the Sprout is
Lasso
up,
gets
and
him.
they've got the Lasso. They'll get the kill, and that's a big one for Into the Breach.
Yuragi lands a stun.
Yeah, hits Immersion, and he'll survive a second longer, but the inevitable is already put into the books, and they'll get the kill. They go to the Dream Coil Kadaro, though, on the run, and it looks like he'll die too. And the TP not in time. While that was going on, also Taiga, he got the Courier of Jibe, who's trying to get that pipe that you were calling for. Look, stop.
Getting initiated on.
And now goes Invis with the Shadow Blade, but they see him. They'll take the Aegis out of his inventory, and BZM go to the back lines looking over the Centaur.
Coil.
Yuragi's back alive once again. Yeah, Coil on cooldown. Used it on Kadaro over in his own side of the jungle by the tier 2.
Now,
Kadaro.
Yuragi's keeping BKB going into Lincoln's next.
Thunder God's Wrath, Kadaro will die to the Dream Coil, placed down by BZM. It's another Dream Coil that's just there for the damage to get the kill. The LSA lands on a Jibe. Jibe to get out on the high ground, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, even just getting up those steps, and Taiga will take away the Centaur's life.
Pickoffs mostly killing Disruptor, Kidaro, 0, 8, and 6. Speaking
Blink
of
Ravage.
make it 0 and 9.
Yeah, Kadaro's dead. Jibe joining him. That's 2. Very easy. They don't really mind using the Ravage. They know they have Dream Coil as well, so
They also have a catapult, so they're gonna go for this high ground. Centaur does have a buyback. Disruptor doesn't have one, so
Odegaard.
tier 3 tower.
Radiant's courier has been
catches a Tome in 2 sentries. Also trying to cut the creep wave.
This is gonna be a set of barracks. I don't think they're taking this fight. They might get like a kill out of it.
Sprout, Yuragi, Blink, Anchor Smash now with BKBB Popeye Odegaard. Supreme, he gets the lasso into the Static Storm. They've got Yuragi. Can they get the kill into the leader? They can. That's a lot of damage out of the hands of OG. Now into the breach. They got to make this something more. They go to the Disruption. They'll look for the hookstop. Jibe on the low ground alone. Gushed up, Anchor smashed and killed off. They get the kill onto Jibe for 60, and Supreme doesn't have a lasso to pull any of these heroes back in. Over to the side, though, is Odegaard. He's in pretty deep. They'll snap the Dream Coil, and now they'll look over as BZM's trying to take out this Nature's Prophet. The waning Rift onto the high ground gets the silence onto Odegaard. Odegaard still, though, back behind the tier 4s.
Spinning.
DM just... Oh, my. In between the tier 4s.
Jibe just killed his own game. He bought back, used Stampede. He was about to respawn, I think, like 10 seconds before they
Odegaard?
take that fight. No, not enough damage. Bold into the breach. They feel like they need to do something. Smoking outside of their base. Let's see who they find.
A kill or 2 here could put them in contention for the next Roche. Taiga at the forefront of this fight. And Jibe with a 2-man stun. Wrath of Nature, Thunder God's Wrath. The Static Storm is
Only
down.
on one.
But this is all on for a Zeus. The Ravage hits 3, and now they're going to follow that up. They get the kill on Odegaard. The tension of the deep put him up in the air. They go to the Dream Coil on a 2. They found themselves Kadaro as well as Jibe. All 3 fall. All 3 don't have buyback. And Roche up in 20 seconds should be all OGs.
Let's see. He's trying to buy one. I don't know if Uragi wants to take it for himself. Yeah,
Yes,
he's gonna give it to Taiga.
Waiting and hoping that somebody leaves the base or is brave enough to come down the steps.
Ravage back online. They don't like Disruptor's fine as a response to Tidehunter, but if first of your heroes doesn't have enough damage to kill it, just a casual I'm kidding glimpse.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Yeah, I think you can call this game. They don't even want to take the fight. They're hiding near the trees.
They're hiding. They let them take that Rax. It's all a ruse, right? Let them come top and
He was there. They try to TP in.
Top barracks.
BZM landed a Sunstrike.
Blank Coke stop.
This is it.
Lincoln's pop, Ravage in, that lands on a 3. They get the Kona Jibe, they'll take out Odeker and Kadaro. They'll buy back on Odeker as well as Kadaro too. But that's Mega Creeps. They'll try to fight once again. The ulti from Misha, the 4-step forward, going for Supreme, but even with the BKB, he still dies. Supreme is gone. Kadaro looking next. He just bought back. He still has the symbol under his icon. They'll call GG, and that will be the series for OG2 over into the breach.
Very clean. Not just this game, but the whole series. OG having a really good